The devil cannot use you until you open up to him. One of his ways is overwhelming you. He keeps overwhelming you to get you to a place, to get you to a state where you open up yourself. There's a God set certain principles in place. To do anything here on this earth, you need to have, a willing human vessel. Whatever you are going to do here. There are a lot of disembodied spirits, fallen angels, the Nephilim, roaming in the atmosphere. And they are good spirits, spirits of God, angels and all that. That work and partner with human beings to do the will of God and all that. For anything in the spirit realm and dimension to be able to do anything physically here, whether good or bad, that spirit or that source needs to have a willing, somebody willing here who will open up for them to work through them or use them. Very important. So for God to save his people, to save his children, for God to create that corridor and that corridor of grace and mercy so that a lot of people can come to him, he needed to bring a human vessel. He had to sit and search through the bloodlines of the descendants of Abraham and look at them, look at their traits, look at their abilities and choose. Okay, then he's going to come through the line of Judah. He has to come through the line of Judah because Judah has possessed certain attributes, certain abilities that will help him even when he's here on earth. When he comes through the bloodline of Judah, he's going to inherit certain abilities, gifts. I'm telling you. To God, he doesn't just send anything. Very important. I'm saying something. And just like the same thing, you see, God searched through, looked at, looking at Judah, his attributes, his understanding, his wisdom, his leadership. Then I'll send him through the line of Judah, because when he comes to the line of Judah, he will inherit all of these characteristics. The same thing. It's like choosing a phone. Okay, do I choose Apple? Do I choose Samsung? Do I choose Sony? Do I choose Huawei? Which of them should I choose? And all of the phones we are seeing, there are some benefits when you choose Huawei. There are certain benefits when you choose Sony. There are certain benefits you get when you choose Samsung. There are certain benefits when you choose an Apple. It's the same thing. All of them are bloodlines. So I'm using that to explain. They are mobile phone bloodlines, and each of them has specific advantages over the other. So which one do you want? Based on what you want to do, what you want to achieve, you choose a specific one. Okay, I want a very long battery life, and I want it to last I want a very long battery. Okay, then let me go for this, or let me go for that. For God to send his son, he chose a specific bloodline. Why? Because that bloodline has certain attributes, certain abilities that will allow him to fulfill the purpose. The same thing, the enemy. Listen, when you open up to the devil, what you are doing is giving him access to the bloodline. That is what the devil is fighting for. You are giving him access to your children and generations unborn yet to come. Thousands of generations unborn. So don't take those decisions lightly. And some of the things we see in bloodlines were not there at first. They came in because certain people in the bloodline decided to choose certain things. They decided to open themselves up to certain things, certain entities. They decided to go into an oath with certain principalities, certain entities. And as a result, a certain curse came into that bloodline. The Bible tells you that what? Resist the devil and he will flee. So far as there's a form of resistance, he will not be able to carry out his aim, his purpose, his agenda. I'm telling you. You are not just you're not just any person walking around. You are a custodian of a bloodline. You are a custodian of a bloodline. What you accept affects the bloodline, affects even the generations unborn, affects the possibility of certain people showing up as a result of what you accepted and what you partnered with. Why? Because all these entities, spirits that are roaming, they want human beings they can work with. So depending on what you partner with, you open up the bloodline for certain strange entities and strange creatures to gain access, and not just gain access, to also use the attributes and abilities that were in the bloodline for distraction. You are putting weapons of dangerous weapons of warfare. You are putting powerful weapons in the hands of your opponent, which does not like you. The devil doesn't like any human being. His only wish is to destroy every human being. It's crazy. It's the same way. For God to accomplish certain things here on earth, he needs a willing vessel. Willing. So the devil cannot force you to do anything, because he knows he needs a willing, somebody who will open up. If you open up, then you'll be able to carry it out. So far there's a form of resistance, the devil can never fulfill his purpose. It's the same way. Anybody God is going to use to do major things and great things, you have to be willing, because God does not force himself on anybody. God doesn't force himself on anybody. You see anybody forcing people to do things, forcing people against their will, that should be a warning sign, an alarm, and there is something sinister behind the scenes, because God does not force anybody. He will show it to you. He will tell you, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. He does not force you. You open it up to you. You let you know why he wants to use you, and the reason why you are the one who has to do A, B, and C. But if you refuse, you find a better person. And we've seen it in the story of the Bible between Saul and David, that God always has a better version, just hanging around to step forward. Don't open your bloodlines. I'm telling you. Don't open up the bloodline to certain entities by joining certain things and connecting to certain things. Because all these spirits that died, this embodied spirit, they're all looking for a human being. And we saw it when you look at the story of the madman of Gadara. He had a legion inside of him, one man. So it is possible that one human being can embody thousands of different entities who come in to speak, who using to do this thing. Another demon uses it to do that. Another entity using to do this. Another entity using him to say this. Another entity is using him to do that. So one person doing so many things. This is what I'm giving you this morning. The devil cannot use you until you open up to him. And God cannot use you except you open up to him and allow the Holy Spirit to come inside of him. The same way when you open up, the enemy also will put a demon inside of you to drive you and control you. The same thing. You open up for God to also put the Holy Spirit in you, so that the Holy Spirit will power this mortal body to do great things. Thank you once again. This is still Christ Without Borders.